Thanks for coming. My name is Russell. I'm the founder of Incubator. Today we're going to go over 2026. This is the third year of Incubator. The first year we were remote. We didn't have a location. We were just doing pop-up events. The second year we got this house and we started to put on shows and jams. And the third year, well, let's see what we have in store. Okay, so we put on shows. There are 3 bands, 3 songs each typically. We might go to 4 bands, 3 songs each for some of the shows, but mostly they're going to stay the same. Followed immediately by an after-show jam. So some of our shows have a jam after right now. All of them are going to have a jam after. Jams are going to be really important. I'll get into why. But new features of our shows will be merch. We're going to sell Incubator branded merch. We're going to sell band branded merch. We're going to have what I call artisans, people who like doing caricatures and stuff like that, and a dedicated sound person. By the way, I'll take questions and comments after the presentation. Okay, here's probably the most important slide. How to get involved. There are 2 ways. The first are the jams. So you can show up to an after-show jam and start playing. We'll also have jam parties and probably different types of jams. And they're all going to be filmed. We're going to have a sound person running sound, and we're going to post some of the jams to YouTube. But the important part is that the music committee is going to watch the film from the jams and review them. And I'll get into what the music committee is in a minute. But the best jams/jammers are going to be invited to play a show, to basically form a band and play a show. So if you play in a jam, there's like 5 of you, and it's a great jam. Not all of you are necessarily going to be in a band together, just to clarify that. But this is just the way that we're gonna fairly and democratically decide, who should play shows. Because right now it's mostly me, and that's nepotism. And it ends up being a lot of my friends in the shows, which is fine, and it's worked out. But hello. Hello. But this is a little bit more of a fair way to do it. So for the introverts, which I know there are many out there, there's another way to get involved. There's the online repository. So this is it's not going to look like that, but that's like a mock-up that my friend Alex made. And this is basically a place online where you can upload musical ideas or lyrics. You can upload a whole song. You can upload just, a bass line. And that will also be reviewed by the music committee every month. And they will pick the ideas to give to Incubator musicians to interpret and perform and maybe even record here. So to review, the 2 ways to get involved are to come and play in a jam, and that's how you can perform at Incubator. And if you just want to contribute ideas and see them performed, and anyone can do this from across the country, obviously, then there's the online repository. Okay, I've talked a lot about committees. I'm a big fan of committees, and we have 2 committees. There's Incubator Committee, which is the original committee, and then the Music Committee. Incubator Committee decides what the rules are, how we operate, governance, financial decisions, what we spend our money on, how much people get paid, and then the Music Committee makes music-related decisions, like who performs and who records. There are 6 members on each committee, and they are chosen at random from our mailing list. So all you have to do to qualify is to just sign up for a mailing list and be able to come here in person once a month to serve your 6-month term. So every month there's a new person on each committee, and it's someone's last month on the committee. So people are always rotating in and out, which guarantees that there's always new voices being heard and that no one has too much power for too long. So the music committee, to review, they're the ones who are going to make a lot of the day-to-day decisions about who are performing, and then the Incubator Committee makes the bigger decisions that have more reach. Okay, so when you get selected to play a show after playing in a jam, how do you play that show? So you're going to show up to the first rehearsal, you're going to meet your band, and you're going to jam. No writing, no thinking, just making noises you like. And those jams are going to be recorded. Hopefully there's like 5 or 6 different ideas to choose from. And I will choose 3 and give them back to the band. And if needed, help them arrange those ideas into actual songs. Like, I might say, oh, this part would make a good chorus, this part would make a good verse. And then the third rehearsal is adding lyrics, putting the finishing touches on them, and that's all you need. We've done this before. I know it sounds crazy to do all of this in 3 rehearsals, but I find that not giving people time to overthink is actually a good thing, and it results in a more pure performance. So all of these bands will play 3 songs at a show and have 3 rehearsals. It's a very structured process, but within that structure, there's ultimate freedom to do whatever you want. And this is called the incubation process. Okay, so outside of all of this, there is a group called Accelerator, and this is sort of the professionalized wing of Incubator. Right now there are 6 people in Accelerator, and what it is a 6-month collaborative program that starts every March 1st and September 1st. So the first Accelerator started September 1st of last year, and we're about to start the second season on March 1st. So what do you do in Accelerator? You get assigned to a band. You play 3 shows over those 6 months, and you record an EP. You do all of that here. Some of the shows might be at another venue, but that would be the exception. We have all the recording equipment we need, and you'll stick with your band for 6 months. And in addition to that, you get band management, which I'll go over in a second, like what that is, access to exclusive events, ownership stake in Incubator, and profit sharing. So Accelerator is meant to be a permanent status, even if it is recurring every 6 months. It just gives you like a reset after every 6 months to do a new band or explore different things that you want to do. Okay, band management. So this is like the main benefit of Accelerator. Incubator provides all of this for free. We'll take photos for you. We'll make a social media profile for you. Live performance videos here, branding. We'll make merch and coaching, music coaching, career coaching, whatever type of coaching is needed. So the big question, how do you get into Accelerator? So the first step is get qualified by playing a show. If you've already played a show, you're already qualified. If you haven't played a show, come to a jam. Next step, get nominated. So each Accelerator member can nominate up to 6 people every 6 months to join Accelerator. And those nominations will be sent to a joint committee meeting. So both committees are going to meet every 6 months to look at the nominations and decide who should get in. And it'll be determined by who they know, if they know any of them, or by what they've seen online of those musicians. And so, yeah, all the shows will be on YouTube. I'll get into that in a second, like all the stuff that's going to be filmed. So every 6 months, new people will be accepted into Accelerator. And then they'll get access to all that. They'll get assigned their band, and they'll record an EP. Okay, we're actually almost through the presentation now. Web series. All of this is going to be a web series. We're going to film everything, every event, every practice, every show, every jam, and we're going to tell the story of what we're doing, because I think that's what will get people invested in the music that we're making. So it'll follow Accelerator probably primarily to start, because they're the ones who are like, there's continuity to that story. They're here every week working on stuff. But yeah, so we have some cameras. These are dash cams just mounted to the wall. And we also have a nicer camera for like handheld footage of the shows. This will be posted to YouTube, of course, clips posted to TikTok and Instagram. And separate from all of this, we have an exciting new thing called Incubator Residency. This is a 7-day residency for out-of-town artists, usually artists with a bit of a following, a little bit established. So they'll come here for a week, they'll live here, that we have an empty room in the basement. They're going to get assigned to a band after jamming with different people so they can decide who they want to play with. And they'll write 3 songs and basically perform them. That's how it goes. To go into a little more detail, they'll test out those songs at a preview show, which is a low-key, low-stakes, casual, intimate performance where you can test out material. They'll give a workshop to the Incubator community as well. But really what the residency is about writing songs, collaboration, and performance. And so it's basically 3 songs that will come out of this, and obviously this will all be posted to YouTube as well. We'll probably start this in like April or May, once we get our bearings. Okay, revenue model. So we want to be sustainable. We want to make money. Right now, we are putting on shows, and that's the only source of revenue. They're paying for themselves. They're name your own price, and they'll continue to be that way. Hopefully, we will make money from publishing the music, from streaming, royalties, sponsorships, licensing, all the normal channels, and that'll fund the recording that we're doing, and all the other fun stuff we want to do. And also merch, that'll bring in some money as well. Okay, takeaways. The most important things from this presentation: jams are how you play shows, and the online repository is where you can contribute ideas for shows. Accelerator is a 6-month recurring program where you get assigned to bands, play 3 house shows, and record an EP. And you also get an ownership stake in Incubator, an equal ownership stake, and profit sharing. Committees make all major decisions, and its members are chosen at random from our mailing list. And a web series will follow everything we're doing. Okay, and that was it. Thank you. So now I'm very excited to hear what questions you have, if you have any, or comments, or ideas, or anything. Take a seat.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's going to be doing the caricatures?
Adele Marie. She's a musician who has performed here as well. And if you know anyone who does stuff like that, I'd love to hear. Because right now she's the only artisan that I know of.
Another question. First of all, this is really cool. There's a lot to show.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Thing that immediately popped in my head is, so the publishing stuff, is that like the streaming royalties, etc., is that for live recordings that happen here, or is that like Incubator is functioning like a label and taking percentages from like the EPs that get recorded?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's a music collective label, you could say. So every artist who is publishing owns an equal share, and it'll all be split equally. Any profits.
Are the residencies and the out of town artists, are those selected as well by the music committees, or is that how does that process work?
Yeah. So I follow a bunch of artists on Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And so I have a list that I made that I'm gonna present to the music committee. And ultimately it'll be up to them. There's millions of artists to choose from, and I just think this is a more efficient way to do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a couple of names who've given some songwriting workshops at our place who are from DC. If you wanted more names as well.
Okay.
I thought of some people.
Yeah. Please let me know.
My question was going to be I've been part of the incubation process a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that's always kind of unclear at the end of it is like what the state of the band is after the show or that group of people,
Yeah.
the songs, etc.
Yeah.
So like, would we keep writing together? Would we like keep doing stuff at the Incubator house? Like, does that band kind of split off and reform into other bands? Like, what? You know, I guess what are your thoughts about that? Like, how those bands continue, and
Mhm.
if the people enjoy playing together a lot and writing together, how do they kind of continue from there?
Yeah, so if you play a jam here and then you get selected to play a show, you'll do the incubation process, you'll play the show, and that's it. Unless you get into Accelerator. And maybe all of you get into Accelerator, and then maybe all of you can be in a band together. But it's meant to be a one-time thing.
Okay, so the bands for the incubation shows are like purely kind of like temporary entities.
Yeah.
Accelerators where they get formalized and kind of continue.
Yeah, for 6
I see.
months. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And maybe longer. I mean, if a band is doing it for 6 months, then you can do it for another 6 months if that's what's decided. Yeah. Yeah.
And for the accelerator thing, so you said it was 6 people? Is that
Right now there are 6, and yeah, I don't know how many will be accepted March 1st.
And do they then, do they form bands with each other, or do they go out and form bands with other people? Is it?
Right now there's only 6, so like other people are included. It's sort of just like we're just figuring it out now.
No, yeah. For sure.
But starting March 1st, ideally, yeah, it'll all be with an accelerator.
Okay.
But we'll have to see. Like September 1st, I think by that point we'll have enough so that it's just the people in accelerator. Yeah.
And so 3 years from now,
Uh-huh.
there could potentially be 20 people in Accelerator? Or
I would hope a lot more than 20 by that point.
50?
1,000. No, I don't know. I can't think that far. ahead.
Venues in every city.
The entirety of DC.
Between Accelerator and the normal incubator bands, do we have a goal number in terms of shows per month?
No specific goal, but I think it'll be like two per month, just realistically. Yeah. So Accelerator will do 3 shows in 6 months, so that's 1 every 2 months. But then there are preview shows as well. I don't know if you count those. And so outside of that, there are the incubated shows, as Ricky put it. So yeah, I think 2 is, if I had to give a number, it'd be 2.
And so will all of the events be musicians and bands within the incubating, besides I guess the out of town residency stuff? Are there going to be any going out to DC bands themselves, or is it all kind of contained within the incubation?
Yeah, it's all kind of just individuals coming in and
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, but nothing's stopping a band from coming in and like jamming together and playing a show.
In your mind, do you view the fleeting nature of the collaborations as the point, or do you just think that that's an efficient way to create interesting combinations of musical voices?
Sort of the second part, but I think that I don't want to lock people in to a band because there might be initial chemistry and initial excitement, but then 2 months in you might decide I want to explore other musical things with other people, and sometimes that's hard to do in a normal environment. So I want the default to be disbandment after the show, but there's also room to keep playing together as well.
Which is up to each artist's own initiative.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
After the shows, then it's in the hands of the people that are on
Yeah.
the stage.
Just with Accelerator, so those bands are more permanent and the structure is more label-like for that.
Yeah.
Is they're expected to play a few shows at the Incubator house or arranged by Incubator, etc. Then assuming all things go well with the band, they'll want to play at other venues and other kind of expand beyond that, start putting out more material.
Yeah.
How does that work with Incubator as an organization, I guess?
I think there's room to grow here at the house. Like, we're talking to other venues now, but the focus, at least for this year, is more on recording instead of just like expanding to different venues and just like sharing our music with the world through online platforms.
So
Yeah.
right now that focus is just kind of getting the songs out there and helping people kind of discover the bands and come in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you're reaching out to other venues. Are there like, are there certain DC, how do I put this? Like, are there other DC organizations, or like, I know like I've talked to some folks in like Free DC who are like, oh yeah, I go to the Incubator as well. Like, are there other collaborations like that with like local community organization or activism groups or all stuff like that you're, yeah.
Yeah. Right now we have one with Creatives Club DC, and they host events in here sometimes. We combine art with music, and thanks to Graham, we're trying to get in at Pie Shop, just do a show there. So yeah, that's all for now. Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to also do like an outdoor show, whether
Yes.
it's on the porch for Porch Fest or some, park or venue that has power supply.
Yeah.
Prince Alley, you guys too.
Yeah. We did a show at Community Garden. We did a show in the backyard. I'd love to do both of those places again. There's also a place called Columbia Heights Green that I think would be a good match.